You got that review checklist for me?
Yep.
Alright, let's run through it.
Flannel.
Check.
Death grip shirt.
Check.
Starbucks.
Check.
Pretentious movie opinions.
Check.
Is the camera in focus?
Yep.
Alright, you're good to go, man.
Hang on, I feel like I'm missing something. You sure that's everything?
Let me run through this again. Oh, talent?
Excuse?
Whoa, what? She's mine. I'm hers.
High Life is directed by Claire Denis, and it stars Robert Pattinson, Mia Goth, Andre 3000, Juliette Binoche. She's French, so Binoche sounds correct. Anyways, science fiction film. Of course I'm going to go see this movie. Distributed by A24, like the best movie thing going right now, in my opinion. They've just been releasing great indie film after great indie film, and it's unprecedented. However, going into this movie, I had no idea what it was about. I avoided as much as I could. I watched the trailer and couldn't really tell what it was about, but I was really excited because I've heard of Claire Denis. She's a wonderful director. Robert Pattinson has been on a hot streak. Good Time was great. There was something in between he did, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I love Mia Goth. Suspiria was fantastic. Of course, Andre 3000. All of these elements, and of course, like, this excellent filmmaker at the helm, and a very interesting plot. Getting into the plot though, it's basically a dystopian future where these death row inmates are sent into space, sent to this black hole with no hope of ever coming back, and attempts to harness energy of the black hole. So right off the bat, you get this sense of isolation, and isolation in space has been done a million times. Alien, Event Horizon, insert any space movie here. Yeah, you get what I mean. It's been done before. However, this idea of sending these inmates into space creates this whole other element to it. It's almost like cabin fever, sort of, but without the horror elements. So this movie is, if I would classify it as a genre, it's more of a high stakes space drama. I wouldn't say it's suspense because there's no real, like, there's tension, but I'm not like nervous, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think this movie was fantastic. Everything from the acting, most of the acting. I didn't love all of the acting. Robert Pattinson he really dives into a role. When you get him working, he's the key to all this. Robert Pattinson, once you get him working, you know. But no, in all seriousness, Robert Pattinson can carry an effing movie. He's fantastic. All the visuals were so excellent. Like seeing, like, one of the first shots of the film is just the shot of space, and all these like bodies is floating in spacesuits, and it's really visceral. It gives you a real sense of like what it really means to be alone, and it's just it's gripping for sure. My one main flaw of this movie, and it's kind of a big flaw, is the structure. Now, I don't want to get into spoilers because I recommend people go see it for themselves, because it's more of a think piece. It's not lay it out all for you and it's all here and it's all easy to understand. With that being said, like, I think the structure is a real issue of this film, because at the beginning, you see all these characters, and you already see their endpoint of their character before you even meet them. So when it gets time to introduce all these characters, about half an hour in the movie, maybe 40 minutes into the movie, you're already like, well, I know what happens to him. I don't know exactly how it happens to him, but I know what happens to them. Because they're all in this confined area, and there's a lot of really, like, serious things going on. Like, they obviously, this doctor character, and the whole movie she's trying to impregnate someone, but it just hasn't worked because of the radiation, and it just doesn't work. So we see that that storyline play out. They can't have sex on the ship they're on. So there's like this sex cube that they go in, and there's this like very odd, like 5 to 10 minute sequence of the Doctor having sex in the thing, like by herself, obviously. And somebody walked out of the theater when that went on, didn't come back. It's obviously not for everyone, but she's French, the director's French, so of course there's going to be some weird sex pervert stuff in it. All that being said, High Life, do I recommend people seeing this? Of course, like sometimes you gotta broaden your horizons. It's a very artsy film. It's a very indie film. It didn't do well at the box office, but I feel like I'm misinterpreting it. I feel like I didn't get everything out of it I could have. I need to watch it again because I had no idea what I was walking into. And I feel like on repeated viewings, I can enjoy it more because I love the acting, I love the artsiness of it. I love the camera work. The camera work's fantastic. Acting's great. Just the structure. Now that I know the structure is like that, I think I can go into it more prepared to understand it. But yeah, that's a pretty big flaw for me in High Life. So I think I'd give it a strong 7, maybe a light 8. I think I'd give it a strong 7 for now. Yeah, High Life, go see it.
There is nothing to fear. Everything's gonna be fine.
Are you sick? You realize nothing is ever gonna grow inside us?
Break the laws of nature. You'll pay for it.
Let's talk about the other movie I watched, Hellboy.
On an island off the coast of Scotland, something was summoned from the depths of hell. Something that would end mankind.
And this thing you worried about, did it show up?
No, 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 no.
Directed by Neil Marshall, stars David Harbour, Mila Jovovich, or fucking, I don't care. She sucks. And then other actors, actresses. So, Hellboy is a box office flop, obviously, because it looks awful. As a guilty pleasure fan of the first 2 Guillermo Hellboys, and really enjoying Ron Perlman and what Guillermo could do with that character and the source material, I went into this knowing, like from the trailers, you knew it was not going to be anywhere close to the quality of the first 2. However, if you go into this movie not taking anything seriously, forgetting about the first 2, just forget about the first 2, you might enjoy yourself. The biggest flaw of this film is Hellboy sucks. He's awful. David Harbour, very charismatic. He's great in Stranger Things. But dude, his one-liners, his comedic timing, his jokes overall, like none of it worked. None of it worked.
We do, but this is not gonna work, because I'm a Capricorn and you're fucking nuts!
His makeup makes him look like he has zero facial expression. His face is just like this the whole movie. It's just looking like why did somebody on the set had to just look at David Harbour and say, hey, make a smile. Just smile. And he couldn't smile because his makeup was holding it back. Like when your main character doesn't have facial expressions, and when it's like a comedic character, or like anything, really, he's trying to make facial expressions, you can see it, but he can't because of the makeup. The makeup's that bad. Okay, the other big issue is, well, there's like a lot of big issues, obviously. A lot of the gore and the swearing in this movie is so like 14-year-old humor. Like they say the F word every other word. Like I do that sometimes too, yeah, whatever. But like this is a film. Like they just dropped F-bombs for like no reason. I have no idea why. It's not funny. Just because it's rated R, it just doesn't mean you can just throw F words every single other sentence. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, the CG was not good either. Like, even from the trailers you could tell. Hellboy fighting these weird looking monsters, and at the end he ends up summoning these crazy demon people. People getting their faces ripped off. Like crazy shit just starts happening. And I wish that was more of the film, because that's really interesting. Like, that was so weird and out there. Like it worked. Like it worked. Unlike the rest of the movie, which didn't work at all. You go into Hellboy not taking it seriously, knowing you're gonna get a cheese fest, knowing the acting's gonna suck, knowing 95% of the writing is gonna suck, knowing the CG's gonna suck, knowing the villain's gonna suck. It's hard to see where the fun is in this movie, but there is some fun in the movie. If you just get drunk and go watch it with friends. Don't drink and drive though, but go just fuck around and go watch the movie if you want. It needs the money obviously because it's only made half its budget back in 3 weekends. Hellboy, 3 out of 10. A fat 3, big 3.
He's an asshole. Sorry, I interrupt.
On the contrary, you've arrived just in time.
Alright, well, that was Hellboy High Life. Yeah, I'm gonna have an MCU worst to best coming out before Endgame, so probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I've rewatched all of the Marvel movies in preparation for Endgame. Call me Marvel shill, whatever. I'm excited for Endgame. Can you blame me, really? Yeah. See you in the next one.